Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope can you guys hear me? So today I'm gonna show you the most insane glitch building technique that, if not used wisely, could break your game. Behind me you can see a scaled biodome, and honestly I have no idea how much larger it is than the original. But it's clear, with it being 5 minutes walking distance, it's huge. So let us not wait too long and jump straight into how it works. To be able to do this scaling glitch, you will have to be proficient in the scaling and the universal adjacency glitch. Don't worry, I will be showing how both work in this guide, but less in detail than the videos I will share in the description. The basis of this technique is actually the tether glitch, where we use a part to enlarge the wire. Let me place a single wire here on the floor so we can compare it with the scaled wires later. To scale up a wire, we need a scalable part, for example this illuminated pot. With the part in hand, we can toggle to the wire by pressing the button for it. Now we can place the wire on the floor and extend it out for a bit. With the wire extended, we toggle back to our part by toggling the wire. Now we scale up the pot until it reaches its maximum size. In the background, your wire, still connected to the pot, is now scaled up as well. We just need to reveal it. We do that by wire glitching this pot, which should replace the pot with the scaled up wire. This wire is 3 times the size of the original wire here. But this, at least until today, was the maximum size possible in vanilla glitch building. Now with the technique I will share with you, there is simply no longer a limit, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. To be able to do this technique, we will need a second base computer, just outside of the building radius. That means we need to be about 300 U away from the original base computer. You can see when you're out of the base radius when your building rights are removed. As you can see, here I lost my building parts, and here I'm back in the building radius. We want to stand just inside of the border of our original base computer and pick another scalable part from our build menu. This area is the buildable area, and here is where we can place a second base computer and claim it. It is now time to scale up the pot to its max size and place it here. Open the build menu again and select a base computer. It is now time for a universal adjacency glitch. Store the base computer in your cache. We can do this by pressing the buttons for edit build and toggle wire. And with that in the cache, we can now duplicate the scaled up pot and move it outside of the building radius. And then we wire glitch the scaled up base computer in place. Now I'm going to remove that pot here so we can break the connection between this computer and the base radius of the other. And that will allow us to claim the scaled base computer here. I mean, it's pretty clear, but let me show you the difference. Look at the size of this one. After having claimed the base computer, we will also name it, so it's easy to see which base computer is which. In the past, we assumed we would be able to build with the base computer and have scaled parts, but sadly that only resulted in skewed parts, so they were pretty useless. But we forgot that they're actually not useless when we want to create templates. So let us now move back to our main base. You will notice, as long as you do not get too close to your main base computer, I am still building on the scaled base computer. So don't move any closer to your main base, stay where you are. While still on the scaled base, open the build menu again and pick a scalable building part. Here we're gonna do another scale glitch by scaling up the wire. When done successfully, you will now have a wire that is 3 times larger than the largest scale you had here. But that's really not the end of it. If you duplicate this scaled wire and place it next to this one, you will see the wire scaled up once more, larger than the first one. And we can keep doing this duplication and placement to keep enlarging the wire. As I said, this can get pretty crazy quickly, so really you need to be responsible with this glitch. Especially for older gen console players, you will need to respect the limits of your device. Now, currently these wires are still on the scaled base computer, both skewed and unreliable. So walk towards your main base computer, and at a certain point you will see the build info screen switching you to the name of your main base. That means we can now duplicate those wires from the temporary scale base and place them on your main base. These will now become perfectly stable and great templates for scaled building. And they are stored on your main base computer. Now the collision of this last wire is starting to become really troublesome, so you will need a decent large pallet if you want to go larger than that. But look at this is just gonna be so much fun. Anyway, this is how you scale up beyond the original limits. And once we have the wires in place, we can now go and remove that temporary base. There is no real point in me showing you all the scales, you pretty much get it. But as you can see, comparing the original size of my light box, if I now store it into my cache and glitch it back using this massive wire, it is simply insane to see the size of this box. I know some people might feel Hello Games will fix this now, and perhaps they do, but honestly, I think there are many other things that could use some fixing, and if you allow Blender builders and modders to scale up parts like this, why would you deny console players the same creativity? I also don't know how I'm gonna power this thing, so that's gonna take some experimenting. Now, before we end this video, I have one little surprise for you, just showing you what it means to go a little overboard with it. I have prepared this massive wire here. Just look at the size of that thing. So we're gonna take the biodome, we store it in my cache, we're gonna duplicate this massive wire here, and let us now move it to the floor I placed in the distance. We just finish it off with a wire glitch and bam! Look at the size of this thing. I'm standing in the biodome even while glitching it so far away. And look how long it takes for this thing to render. So really, once again, be careful with this glitch. You are responsible for how far you go with this. But just look at this beautiful, amazing dome. This is just insane.